Ritika Yadav, currently pursuing my degree first year in Ignite IAS. Today, I'm going to explain about Indus Valley civilization in detail. Here, we come across the lost cities of Indus Valley and secrets of an ancient civilization. Content of my topics are there are two major topics. First one is the society and culture of Indus Valley civilization and economy of Indus Valley civilization. It has the mature phase 2600 C to 1900 BCE. When we come into the basics of Indus Valley civilization, we come across two terms. The first term, culture, and the next term, civilization. Culture depicts the way we live, whereas the advancement of the culture is nothing but civilization. Indus Valley civilization is known as one of the earliest civilizations of the world. There are contemporary civilizations of Indus Valley civilization. They are Egypt civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, and Chinese civilization. Other names of IVC are Sindhu civilization. It is known as Sindhu civilization because it is named after the Indus River. It is known as proto-historic civilization because the modern historians discovered script of the civilization but they did not decipher it. Hence it is called as proto-historic civilization. It is also called as Bronze Age civilization because IVC people were the first to use bronze. It is also called as Harappan civilization because Harappa is a type site. It is the first site discovered through excavations. Moving on to the first topic of Indus Valley civilization, society and culture. Here we come across the script of Indus Valley civilization. It is called as pictographic script in the sense it contains pictures in it. The given picture shows the pictographic script of Indus Valley civilization. It is also called as Boustrophodon because it is written from right to left and left to right. In common language, it is called as Sarpalekana. When we move to the language of Indus Valley civilization, it is called as Proto-Dravidian language. Modern Dravidians have the roots of Proto-Dravidian language. It is also called as Harappan language. Taking a quick note into the seals, when we move into society and culture, in the seals, these are the seals. These seals were made up of steatite. The earlier mentioned script were written on the seals which were made up of steatite. They are mostly of rectangular, square and triangle in shape. When we move to the crafts of Indus Valley civilization, we find bronze dancing girl, beard man, ship images and terracotta toys. Here when we keenly observe into the bronze dancing girl image, here the IVC metalsmiths added tin to copper to make an alloy bronze. This shows the metallurgy knowledge of IVC people. This is the image of beard man. And these bronze dancing girl and beard man images were found at Mohenjo-daro. These ship images were found at Lothal and many other terracotta toys. Moving on to the religion, the main deity of IVC people is Mother Goddess. These Mother Goddess images were found many through excavations. The another deity of Indus Valley's people is Pashupati Mahadeva. He is surrounded by buffalo, rhino, tiger, two deers at his feet here. This Pashupati Mahadeva is called as Proto-Shiva. By John Marshall. This Proto-Shiva is later worshipped as Lord Shiva by Hindus. They also worshipped nature, animals, birds, snakes. These snakes worship continue till today in Telugu states, especially naming as Nagula Chavati or Nagula Panchami. They also worshipped male and female reproductive organs. They worshipped male reproductive organ as Linga, female reproductive organ as Yoni. They also worshipped amulets. These were the pictures of amulets. We find these amulets through excavations. These amulets explain us about the superstition beliefs of IVC people. These superstition beliefs were existed till today. Moving on to the important aspect of Indus Valley civilization, town planning. They followed grid pattern. This is grid pattern. Here in this picture, we can see the streets were straight. They intersected right angles. There were no curves in the streets. And coming to the citadel, here in this picture, we can see the fortification in the middle, where upper classes were given at high and lower classes were given at low. In the upper classes, we contain merchants, priests, nobles, etc. And in the lower classes, we contain ordinary people. Moving on to the next one, drainage system. Indus Valley people maintained underground drainage system. These underground drainage system is continued till today. In the house construction in the sense, doors and windows were constructed opposite to the main street. This tells us that Indus Valley's people were very conscious about the dust entering into their houses. In the process of house construction, Indus Valley people used burnt bricks. These burnt bricks were helped the buildings to last for thousands of years, and these bricks were kept in an interlocking pattern, which made them be strong. Next one is Great Bath. In Great Bath is an ancient water tank of the Indus Valley people. It is seen now also in Telugu states, which is known as Koneru, where we take a holy dip in the water before going to a divine place like temples. Moving on to the next, Indus Valley civilization's economy. As the economy is the main part of any civilization, Indus Valley civilization people maintained a very exceptional economical conditions. In the agriculture, we see wheat, barley, cotton. Along with wheat, barley and cotton, we see sesame, mustard. Rice is also grown in Indus Valley civilization, but not that extensively. Through excavations, rice grain was seen at Lothal, rice husk was seen at Rangapur, and plough furrows were found at Kalibangan. Moving on to the animal husbandry, Indus Valley people has pets as dogs, humped bulls, cats, and they used camel for transportation. They also used oxen for cultivation. Moving to the next one, industries of Indus Valley civilization people: cotton industry, bronze industry, pottery industry, terracotta industries, ornaments industries. As Indus Valley people were first to use cotton and bronze, they have industries of cotton and bronze. Next one, the trade and commerce of Indus Valley civilization. People of Indus Valley maintained internal and external trade. Major imports were like gemstones, very precious stones, and major exports were like agriculture and marine products, which include food grains, ornaments, etc. Indus Valley people maintained commercial relations with Sumerians. This is known through cuneiform of the script. These pictures were the cuneiform scripts. In the cuneiform of the script, we find that they exported Sindan from Meluha. Sindan is nothing but cotton. Meluha is Indus. It is also evident that Indus Valley people have imported copper from Oman. With this, I wind up the concept of Indus Valley civilization. Next, moving on to the important aspect of this session, previous year questions. There was a prelims question in the year 2019. The question is, which one of the following is not a Harappan site? Option A, Chenhudaro. Option B, Kodiji. Option C, Sohgaura. Option D, Desalpur. Chenhudaro, Kodiji and Desalpur were Harappan sites. Whereas Sohgaura is not a Harappan site, this is the correct option. Next, there was a question in the year 2019. This is a prelims question. Which of the following characterizes the people of Indus Valley civilization? Characterizes the people of Indus Valley civilization. They have given three statements. First statement is they possessed great palaces and temples. Second statement, they worshipped both male and female deities. Third statement, they employed horse-drawn chariots in warfare. In the first statement, we find that they possessed great palaces and temples. This is nowhere mentioned in the Indus Valley civilization. And third statement, they employed horse-drawn chariots in warfare. The horse-drawn chariots in warfare, these are all not mentioned in the Indus Valley civilization. But the second statement, they worshipped both male and female deities. Male deity is known as Linga. Female deity is known as Yoni. Hence, select the correct statement using the codes given below. Option 2. Next question, these are the main questions. The question is given in the year 2014. To what extent was the urban planning and culture of the Indus Valley civilization, urban planning and culture of the Indus Valley civilization provided inputs to the present day urbanization? Here the question is given in the form of urban planning and culture of Indus Valley civilization. What are the inputs? The question is asked about comparison between the past and the present. When we compare it, we can see that grid pattern was seen in Chandigarh. And also Proto-Shiva, where it is worshipped as Lord Shiva by Hindus till today, and Great Bath, where we see Koneru in front of divine places, where we take a holy dip. Next, snake worship, as I mentioned earlier, the Nagula Panchami or Nagula Chavati, which is celebrated in Telangana states, where they worship snakes. And superstitions belief. We found amulets in the Indus Valley civilization's excavations. So these superstitions belief, till today we see people having some amulets to their hands, shoulders and all. We also see underground drainage system. This underground drainage system is also followed till today. And great granaries. Granaries are nothing but warehouses where they are used to store the food grains. Like this, the theme of the question is about comparison of present day, and this is the way how to write the answer. Next, this is a question given in the year 2015. The ancient civilization in the Indian subcontinent differed from those of Egypt, Mesopotamia, Greece, in that its cultural traditions have been preserved without a breakdown to the present day. Here we have no knowledge about Egypt, Mesopotamia and Greece civilizations. Are they following their cultures till today or not? But we are evident that our Indus Valley civilization is followed till today. As earlier mentioned, the grid pattern, Proto-Shiva, Great Bath, snake worship, drainage system, granaries, etc. were followed. With this, I end up my session. Thank you.